What's up, guys? In this video is a game I got with Gardevoir EX. I've been playing a bunch of different decks recently, and the latest one I've been playing is Gardevoir EX. I got second in online 20 out of 80 players on my first day playing this deck, and I've been really enjoying this deck, so I hope you enjoy this video as much as I like this game. I didn't post commentary, which I used to do, and you guys used to like it, so doing it again, trying it again. Let me know what you think. But yeah, drop a sub if you like the content, really appreciate it. But yeah, I'll see you in the video, guys. Alright, so we're just starting with the game here. Um, the first thing we can talk about is when our opponent sets up. I'm playing against Giratina here. We're playing against a Lost Zone. All I see is a Comfy, but we will eventually see us playing against Giratina. But that doesn't matter for now. The only thing that matters on turn one is getting set up as much as possible. It's the same in every matchup. The only real difference is if you get Manaphy or not. So we'll see if that matters here, but. So immediately, the main things to get on turn 1 are you always get Mew instead of getting a Rolls immediately. I do have this sped up at 1.5x, by the way, so it'll be relatively fast. Can go over things during our opponent's turn as well. But yeah, you always go Mew, you give yourself the chance at VIP pass, and because you just have so many outs to hitting either a Focus or Level Ball or that VIP pass, obviously, which is the best card you can get. It's almost always a net benefit to get the Mew. Like, you'll almost always like be statistically better um, than getting another card because it puts the Mew active, which can die as well, which is better than a Ralts dying, right? Because then you have more Ralts in play. Also, it just gives you more, yeah, it just gives you more cards and yeah, it gives you about the same amount of Ralts, like always or more. So you always get Mew on turn 1 as long as you have the retreat. But yeah, playing against the Lost Box here, and the Lost Box actually is very tough. So is Giratina. We have the Zacian Skystone play, that is super good. But other than that, we sort of a lot of the time end up playing a losing trade if we can't get a really aggressive start. So this hand is really good. We have double Curlier plus Ultra Ball for something, and then we can go straight for Research. Having Research in the opening hands is super crucial and super helpful. In this deck is what I've noticed. Like, obviously you don't need 4 research, and a lot of the time when you play this deck you'll end up getting cards you can't discard and you won't be able to play the research. But the thing is, like, having as high odds on getting research on turns like this as possible is super crucial. So don't promote the memory skip Ralts because I want to evolve the bench, and the memory skip Ralts is the worst Ralt in every other matchup except for the Gardevoir, except for the like Alolan Vulpix or any matchup where the memory skip is a very specific purpose. It's always the worst roll, so you just want to evolve it ASAP. You never attack with memory skip card is placebo, except if you're playing as Alolan Vulpix. But yeah, Ultra for Manaphy here. Definitely need to get Manaphy down. Super important. Nothing else is important as getting Manaphy down. So Cresselia would be my best attack here if I have the option to do that. But attacking with Gardevoir is super strong as well. And I already hit the Candy Guardy, which is exactly what you want to be doing on turn 2. There's a reason that Rare Candy and Gardevoir, that Rare Candy's in this deck. Rare Candy is very limited use. But its one use is getting attacks on turn 2, which sometimes you literally need. And I think that a lot of the reason that decks were struggling is because they were either over-relying or under-relying on Rare Candy. So Mirage Step feels relatively, in my opinion, relatively not worth it. Because the deck is just so slow. If you're using Mirage Step, except if you have Clef Key. If you don't have Clef Key, can't really be going for Mirage Step ever, so you want the 4 refinements to have high odds of drawing into those. But yeah, don't have the energy for Cresselia here. I mean, actually, I don't have I can't get the energy to discard. I would need to just have 3 energies in my discard pile already to attack with the Cresselia. 1 energy short, can't fall Crystal for both the Cresselia and the energy, so I can't go for Cresselia, even though that is the best play here. Cresselia is a little bit weaker later into the game, because it doesn't allow you to get, what's it called? Yeah, it's a little bit weaker in the game because it spreads out your energies, which means you can't Station, for a lot of damage, which isn't really that relevant in normal Lost Zone matchups, but as we'll see here, this is a Giratina Lost Zone. So a bit of a different strategy. They have a bit of a different strategy against us as a normal Lost Zone deck does. Normal Lost Zone decks are trying to go fast, trying to hit Sableye early. This deck is playing a little bit slower, but has potential to knock out my really big Pokemon like Roxanne, which is super annoying for us. This deck is a lot stronger against Roxanne because it plays Research. Yeah, we just see opponent putting some energies on their Greninja for some reason. Don't know why. He's terrified of Judge, absolutely shaking. But I don't know. Feels like playing Escape Rope here. Escape Rope super strong here. Decide between giving up Ralts and Manaphy. So giving up Manaphy is kind of interesting because I can evolve. I can attempt to evolve all my Pokemon, both my Curliers and maybe my Ralts, but maybe not even. If I can just evolve both my Curliers, then their Greninja play comes a lot weaker. But it still is kind of strong as long as it's getting one prize. And it goes to the path here, which is kind of annoying to block my Cresselia. I will need to find a stadium bump to that um, alongside whatever else I want to do. But technically, Gardevoir isn't too bad here. It does open up him to like maybe start Requiem me. But it's not too bad. Um, so yeah, just go straight into Refinement here. Refinement away the Curlier. Extra Curliers, like if you have a Rolt in your discard pile, like then every Curlier after that can be discarded. I might be going for a discard another Curlier here. I don't actually know what I'd go for. I'd probably go Energy. Yeah. Did play this game yesterday, so not fully fresh on it, but did look over it at some interesting talking points. And so here's definitely one. So I can Worker and guarantee Cresselia here, or I can go for Judge. And so in my opinion, the guaranteeing the Cresselia isn't really enough. Um, like while the Cresselia is definitely the attack I want to do here, I think if I'm judging and using Cresselia, there's a decent chance I'm going to get away with that, and not have my Gardevoir immediately knocked out. And if it is immediately knocked out, I can maybe respond to the Giratina. Lots of plays here if I go for Judge and miss the Temple. Also, I do want to use my Shining Arcana after my Judge. Because I want to build up my hand as much as possible after the Judge. This is true for Old Zoroark. It's very, very true for new Gardevoir, which has sort of a lot of the same interactions with Refinement and stuff like that. Yeah, really just want to build up the hand after I Gardevoir. I'm going to play Power Pad here because I don't know when I'm going to get the opportunity to play Power Pad. This deck does play Lumineon, and it looks like I'm going to be Rock Sanding very, very soon here. Like if you guys for Sableye, for example, I'm literally just going to be using that straight after. Decide not to attach its energy anywhere. I don't want to split up my energies too much, because something that can be a big deal for this deck is splitting up energy so you can no longer Zacian. Because if you have too many energies in play and you can't retreat them, they stay stuck on your Pokemon. You can't actually get them off very easily, off those Pokemon very easily. So what Cresselia does is it puts energies on a lot of different Pokemon because you have to damage a lot of different Pokemon with the Cresselia's ability to get the effect of the attack. So what Cresselia is insane. It can block Zacian at least a little bit, and that's kind of terrifying here against the Giratina deck because I'm going to need Zacian at some point in this game. Fortunately, I have two Gardevoirs set up, so I can kind of sacrifice one of my Gardevoirs to set up for a big Zacian play if he does start using Giratina. If you look here, my prize mapping is actually incredibly simple. I'm going to be taking one prize here, going to be taking another prize the next turn on something small because it's very difficult for him to use his Giratina. Like, he could Shred here, but that doesn't really achieve anything. If he Shreds, he gets Rock Sand, his Giratina dies, he's going to lose. So he doesn't really want to Shred my Cresselia. What he does want to do, though, is Sableye to go around this, or maybe Escape Rope and kill something off the bench. Because he's fine to start Requiem. If he can take two prizes with Giratina, then he's kind of getting somewhere. But not if he's only taking one. So here I shove the Arcana because if he crams into it, I don't really care. He doesn't take enough prizes if he crams into it. If he doesn't cram in, and if he doesn't do anything else with it, yeah, he doesn't take any prize if he crams into it. It's going to be difficult for him to even get the prize back with Sableye later. Killing the Gardevoir and the Manaphy. Because I can heal it. It goes to 90, and it still is in knockout range. I can heal it more the next turn. And then at that point I can also kill the Giratina, and block him from taking any knockouts on the following turn. So that's sort of what I'm thinking about here. His best play definitely is a Cramorant. Also, I can just kill his Comfy and play a Disruption card, like play, I mean, not Roxanne, but it kind of depends, but he maybe should have gone for a Cramorant into a Sableye play. But yeah, in this situation, I just kill his Sableye, and then he's still in a terrible spot because his Cramorant's stuck active, and he's going to run out of ways to switch probably because his hand isn't very large. Lots of things like that going on here that maybe feel like goes in a pretty solid position, and also the fact that I can take so many prizes on the Giratina. I have more than enough time here because yeah, if he evolves, like I can just kill the Giratina later, stuff like that. So had a lot of options here, and he eventually decides to go for a Sableye to kill my Cresselia, which feels like a very losing play. With the Giratina evolved especially, I can simply just attack this turn, knock out this Giratina, and then next turn go for a Zacian Sky Stone. But my issue with the Sky Stone play is that I don't actually have a lot of energies in play either. So I go immediately for Shining Arcana, looking for energies because I don't want to damage my Gardevoir ideally because then he can't kill with Cramorant. I would rather him have to go for a Giratina kill here over a Cramorant kill. Because if he obviously if he's to kill with Giratina, I can just kill him back with Zacian, no boss needed. Um, but so here's I can Ultra Ball at the start of this. Ultra Ball isn't very good. Sorry guys, it's pretty late at night. When I'm doing this, when I'm recording this, so I'm a bit tired. But yeah, going for Curlier here, just thinning out. This is very important with Gardevoir, is from what I've found, is that thinning actually ends up being a pretty big deal. Um, so like thinning out energy. I mean, this in this situation, I'm not really thinning. I'm just getting at the energy out of it. Like, don't have Bentization because it can become killable off the bench. I have another Zation in deck. Should have enough Zation regardless. That I don't need to go for that. And yeah, so here I hit the energy, so now I only need to put one energy on my Gardevoir so I can take it out of Cramorant range, so he has to kill it with something else. He does want to take this one prize knockout here though, so it is feeding him a little bit. Maybe I should have attacked with the Gardevoir EX here. The one will was fully healthy. He still has to use a Star Requiem to kill it, and then it's difficult to kill him to kill with anything else. He could end up killing that with Drapion, which would be a little bit scary. But I mean, I'm also thinking like maybe I can go for like a Cresselia Roxanne play next turn, or even attack with literally any one prize if he does just kill my Gardevoir. It depends a lot, but if he kills my Gardevoir with the one prizer, but he would have to hit Sableye to do that, and it seems pretty hard for him to hit Sableye with his small hand. So a lot of things going on. I get the Greninja off prize, which actually ends up being a crucial part of my next turn. And the next turn is sort of the reason that that I brought this game, because I thought it was so cool, and so much to talk about in that turn. So yeah, so he's gonna attack with Giratina here. I'll just spoil for you guys. And I basically end up having in a situation where I have one turn, one singular turn, to find my Zacian and my Sky Soul Stone and all of that to end the game. He has to go for a Star Requiem, which means he can't technically kill a Gardevoir, but that's fully healthy. But I'm not going to take the risk of him maybe having a Lucha. And he does go for boss kill my Gardevoir EX as well, setting up for game next turn with Star Requiem. He technically can't kill, so with a Roxanne and attacking with my Gardevoir, but I can't actually do that. I can't attack with my Gardevoir. I can maybe stall for a turn, but I can't attack with it because then I'll put 20 extra damage on it. He would be able to kill it, and with lost impact, and I wouldn't be alive. And so basically, I'm trying to work out how I can guarantee, or at least make it as likely as possible this turn, that I can hit Zacian Skill Stone. If we look at my discard, it looks like I have 3 energy in my discard. I can retreat 2 off the Gardevoir, so that's 5 energies. I need to hit 8. So I need 3 more energies in my discard. I have this Ultra Ball discard cards, I have Greninja discard cards, and I have Arcana to draw energies. So the Ultra Ball needs to discard at least 1 energy, the Greninja needs to discard another energy, and then we need to draw energy with the Arcana. And I need to guarantee this. I can draw my entire deck, I need to absolutely guarantee it. So here I decide that I can go, okay, if I attach the Sky Stone and I attach the energy, then when I Roxanne, I can draw my entire deck. If you count the cards, I'm just doing some simple counting. I'll pause this here, do some simple counting. I go, okay, there's 7 cards in deck, 6 cards in hand. You guys can do this puzzle at home. Pause right here. How do you at least make it as likely as possible that you win? The stipulation I ended up with is that the Ultra Ball can't be the bottom 2 cards of my 10 card deck. So see if you can work that out. It ends up not being too complicated. Here I can just go at Sky Steel Stone to my Zacian, attach also 2 energies in the deck. But yeah, I end up going Sky Steel Stone here, attach, retreatization. I don't retreat first. Roxanne, and then all I need to do off this is draw an energy to concealed cards, and then hit an Ultra Ball. There's like 2 energies in deck, so that's like almost like guaranteed at this point. The Gardevoir also can get me an energy as well. I don't have the attachment for turn, but I can get 2 more energies. Like, yeah, relatively easy. I just need to Ultra Ball to get rid of the energies, and then can Arcana for it, and we can just play this out a little bit more to see how exactly I order this after the Roxanne, because the ordering after the Roxanne was pretty cool as well. So I just go attach Sky Soul Stone and Roxanne, and that seemed like by far the best play. The other option I had was playing the Ultra Ball before and then playing the Roxanne, but that seemed like less good. in this exact situation, because then I would have I think it was an odd number of cards in deck, and then I wouldn't be able to draw the bottom card, which could have been an energy, which could have been bad for me, or something like that. Um, Some of those lines. So you can seal the cards here, get the energy, and then I realized at the end of this, even though I have a guarantee, I thought I needed 9. So I can Arcana for the last energy in the deck, get it on the Zacian, get all the Pokemon, and a big comeback turn. But there's a lot to learn from this. I almost did screw up the game or mess up the game by spreading my energies too much with my Cresselius and not playing into attacking with Gardevoir, possibly attacking with Gardevoir EX the last turn to get more energies off my board, so this is Zacian play would be easier. Um, but was able to get there in the end. Had Roxanne in hand, which was super helpful, and had Greninja off prize, which was also super helpful. Which obviously didn't calculate the previous turn, but um, yeah, in the turn it was super useful. Yeah, so a pretty good win against Giratina. It shows how big of a comeback that Guardy is, down 3-1. Like obviously just Sky Stone, Nuka, Giratina. And yeah, that'll be it for the video. Pretty cool game I got against Giratina. This is also in an online tourney, which I managed to get second in out of like 80 something players. With Gardevoir, and this is my first day playing Gardevoir. Gonna be playing a lot more Gardevoir. I absolutely love this deck so far. The Lost End matchup seems very tough, and I'll be trying my best to learn as much as I can about it. So, yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a sub. Of course, always really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys.